one thing where you go to deliver your perspective. And TEDx is that thing where you are being delivered by the notions of others who have already achieved the highest of their domains.
That is a very good definition that Ahad has given, like the definition to destroy all the definitions, I would like to say. You're absolutely right. Like, we take those conferences and we Assalamu alaikum guys, and I welcome you all to the TED show with Ahram Mehran. And in today's video, we are going to embark on a journey to explore the prestigious event of Mehran University of Engineering and Technology, and it is the one and only TEDx. Yes, TEDx has been returned, and it's the third edition, and it is going to be big, huge, marvelous, amazing, all the adjectives that you are thinking. So if you have any kind of question like what is TEDx, if you're a fresher or any year student and you're thinking what is TEDx, then this video is perfect for you. In today's video, we are going to take a journey to understand what is TEDx, what does TEDx actually means, should be attended, and how does Mehran University do it differently. So for that, I have invited a very special guest. He is being a former TEDx curator last year, and also this year he is also a curator at the TEDx. So he has a lot of experience. He's being an amazing debater. He has represented the university in so many different types of platform. And today we have a very special guest, the one and only Mr. Abdul Ahad.
Thank you so much, Ram. I think this was one of the smoothest introduction that I could have ever expected. And I think I feel much privileged that you guys are having me over here, being as a student of this own institution. First of all, I can just recall one thing, that there was a moment last year when we had the second edition of TEDxMUET 2022, and I was the host of that podcast, and the journey that took me over here as a guest sitting in front of me is like the most overwhelming experience that I can hold. Thank you so much.
So, Ahad, how are you feeling? The first question, that is the most basic. How are you? Like,
Above this guy.
you're
That's the
having a
only
great
thing that
time. So, guys, this is Ahad with me, and today we are going to ask some of the questions as he is being a curator. So, let's begin for that. And one more thing, Ahad, thanks a lot कि आपने ये बोला कि like you feel really privileged कि आप last year podcast host हैं, and I am the podcast host. तो yeah, he's a guest now. तो आप देख सकते हैं how development happens, like how progressive things has been.
No doubt.
So कुछ हमारे पास questions हैं that we are going to ask Mr. Ahad so that we can understand what is TEDx actually, क्योंकि आप उसी चीज़ के लिए तो इस वीडियो पे आए हैं. So let's begin. Ahad, I have a question to you. It's like in your point of view, what is TEDx? Give viewers a little bit introduction, like an intro of TEDx.
Exactly, Aram. This is quite valid question that you just asked. But before moving on to that, I would just like to tell that TEDx is not just an event. Instead, it is the moment that we lived. I mean, we all have been living at present. So yeah, what TED and TEDx is basically, there are two terminologies that I would like to address. TED, if I abbreviate it, it would be like technology, entertainment, design. Okay, so we have to fundamentally take it as like what's the history of this thing. In 1984, Richard and Frank, they both started this thing as like, and if I'm just going to be as the bookish definition that I would like to say is that where like-minded people gather together and share ideas, notions, perspectives, taking the theme on board, ideas worth spreading. Likewise, when we are addressing to TEDx now, X is like a independently organized TED event, and if that person is addressing to his own community and the gathering that he's addressing to, the region that he's addressing to, when we take those domains on board with us, there we call TEDx is, because TED is a global thing. I think I'm quite clear at this point. Exactly, with this, we are quite privileged, and I think we are quite fortunate enough that Mehran University holds a license, and I must say that it's the most rigorous procedure, because in this particular region, as far as I know, no any institution holds. And yes, I must say I take pride being as a public sector university, obviously, that we have to take on board it. And that's it, I think, for this.
That's really nice, Ahad, that you shared, and definitely we
Basically,
should.
sorry for interruption. Basically, it is the brief of what TED and TEDx is. For that, I think we'll glide into others.
Yeah, we will. Definitely, it's really amazing that Mehran University holds a license, because it is, I think, so it's a very tedious process, and Mehran University has actually achieved it. And right now, we are on the third edition, which is really amazing, because we had two successful TEDx. That's why third is happening. So, that was absolutely right.
Thank
Like,
you so much.
what would you say? What are the benefits a student will get by joining this TEDx event? Like, what you want to say on this thing?
Achha, Ahram, before I dive into that thing, I would just say one thing, that benefits जो relate करते हैं इंसान के साथ, वो कोई भी हो, वो इंसान की अपनी आइडियोलॉजी पे मैटर करता है.
That is true.
कि जो आप ऑन बोर्ड ला रहे हो किसी भी इवेंट में, अगर आप अपनी कहते हैं इन्वॉल्वमेंट पेश कर रहे हो, either वो TEDx हो, like we have other number of events like MUET, these are number of signature events that Mehran University moves in. ठीक है, तो TEDx क्या है कि like just say कि अगर मैं डिफ्रेंशिएट करूँ MUET और TEDx को, कि MUET is one thing where you go to deliver.
Correct.
ठीक है, mark my words. MUET one thing where you go to deliver your perspective. And TEDx is that thing where you are being delivered by the notions of others who have already achieved the highest of their domains.
That is a very good definition that Ahad has given, like the definition to destroy all the definitions, I would like to say. You're absolutely right. Like, we take those conferences and we learn a lot. The inspiration that we get is like on another level. Like, mine is like somewhere where you deliver. But absolutely, Ahad is right that TEDx is something from which you take something amazing, and it really enhances your personality as an individual member of the society and also a collective. Moving ahead.
Achha, before we move ahead, I would just like
Yes,
I just like to add one more thing, that basically TEDx में होता क्या है?
बताएं बिल्कुल.
What we are aiming to contribute is that हमारे पास speakers हैं,
बिल्कुल
नंबर ऑफ स्पीकर्स हैं, आप उनको कहीं और भी जाके एंगेज कर सकते हैं.
सही.
लेकिन जो हमारा ओथ जो हम लेके आ रहे हैं, उसका रीज़न ये है कि हर स्पीकर ने अपने डोमेन में आउटस्टैंड किया है.
बिल्कुल.
आइदर ही इज़ एनवायरमेंटलिस्ट, आइदर ही इज़ ह्यूमनिस्ट, या फिर वो किसी कंपनी का CEO, चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर, जो कि आज हम चीज़ लेके चल रहे हैं स्टूडेंट्स में ज़्यादातर, जो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप है जिसको हम लेके चल रहे हैं. तो जिन चीज़ों से वो इंसान पर्टिकुलरली गुजरा थ्रू आउट द प्रोसीजर टू अटेन दैट सक्सेस, दैट इज़ फॉर ऑब्वियस कि देयर विल बी नंबर ऑफ हिंड्रेंसेस एंड हर्डल्स जो उसके रास्ते में आई होंगी. हम उनको आपके आगे ला रहे हैं, और आप जब उनको सुनेंगे तो ऑब्वियस है किसी के किसी डोमेन से आपका भी रिलेट करेगा. दैट गिव्स यू अ बेनिफिट इन एडवांस कि आप इन फ्यूचर में अगर कहीं लाइफ में उसी डोमेन में जा रहे हैं और जिन चीज़ों को उन लोगों ने ऑलरेडी कोप अप किया है, तो आपके लिए एक बेहतरी होगी कि आप उन चीज़ों को पहले से एड्रेस कर सकेंगे.
ये अभी बहुत ही ज़्यादा इन्होंने भाई ने हमारे आहद ने काफ़ी डीप कॉन्वर्जेशन की है, क्योंकि आई रिमेंबर लाइक लास्ट ईयर आई लाइक एक्सपीरियंस TEDx, आई वाज अ पार्टिसिपेंट देयर. तो वहाँ पे लाइक जो मैं रिलेट हुआ था, आई एम रियली इंटरेस्टेड इन द क्लाइमेटिक चेंजेस रीजन लाइक दैट. तो वहाँ पे एक हमारी गेस्ट स्पीकर आई थी, आई थिंक सो, आई डू नॉट रिमेंबर द नेम, आई थिंक इट वाज Afia, I do not, but she was a really nice reporter जिन्होंने हमें काफ़ी ज़्यादा क्लाइमेटिक चेंज के बारे में बताया था. लाइक हर डोमेन, वो अपनी डोमेन में बेस्ट थी. जैसे आपने कहा, आपने से CEO डिफरेंट दिस ईयर वी हैव द चार्ट, यू कैन जस्ट गो थ्रू दैट एंड यू कैन सी लाइक कौन से स्पीकर्स हमारे पास इस बार हैं. तो TED का यही एक बेस्ट चीज़ है कि डिफरेंट डोमेन में अपना एक बेस्ट एक्सपीरियंस आपको देते हैं, कि बेस्ट मोटिवेशन. तो हर दैट वाज रियली गुड.
थैंक यू सो मच.
What makes TEDx unique to other signature events? Like, what is unique in TEDx? ये बात बताएं viewers को. That would be really amazing.
अच्छा, that answer should always be opinionated.
ठीक है.
That will be opinionated according to my mindset and my ideology. TEDx मेरे नज़दीक यूनिक इसलिए, एक तो जिन स्टूडेंट से वो एड्रेस कर रहा है, वो तो एक कहते हैं सेग्रीगेटेड डोमेन है जिनसे वो स्टूडेंट से वो एड्रेस कर रहा है. इवन कि जो टीम ऑन बोर्ड है इस इवेंट की एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए मैं इसमें क्या कहते हैं, अगर मैं इन्वॉल्व करूँ कि जो हमारे साथ टीम में इवन तो रजिस्ट्रेशन है, क्यूरेटर्स हैं, वी हैव द फाइनेंस टीम, वी हैव द लाइक सोशल मीडिया मैनेजमेंट टीम, लाइक इज नंबर ऑफ टीम दैट वी आर गेटिंग ऑन बोर्ड विद दिस, जो इनके अपने कॉन्फिडेंस में, जो इनके अपने माइंडसेट में, इन द वे दे नो हाउ टू वर्क इन टीम इज़ द वेरी मेन थिंग। जो TEDx ने, मैं समझता हूँ कि अगर मैं आज इस पॉइंट पे अगर आपके आगे बैठा हूँ, दैट वाज ऑब्वियस कि मेरे सीनियर्स थे, दैट वाज द लाइसेंसी ऑफ TEDxMUET, दैट आई वुड लव टू टेक द नेम ऑफ सलमान उल मुअज़्ज़म अब्बासी भाई, जिनसे हमने सीखा। ऑब्वियसली हमारे चेयर हैं, हमारे पैटर्न इन चीफ एंड द वर्दी वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर अता हुसैन अली, जिनसे हम ऑब्वियसली सीख रहे हैं एंड विल ऑलवेज बी लर्निंग फ्रॉम देम। और जब आपका सबमिसिव बिहेवियर किसी भी इवेंट में आ जाता है, बिलीव मी, देयर इज नो पावर that can just stop you to succeed. Just your intention should be positive towards others.
I'm having a really great time like interviewing you. आपको मैं बता नहीं सकता viewers, like जो kind of feeling I'm getting taking like interview of Ahram is really amazing. I'm really glad that you have accepted my invitation for the TEDx podcast. Because really इस वीडियो में आप काफी कुछ सीखेंगे. So yeah, we are almost halfway. So let's move ahead. So guys, now this question is a little bit, I would like to say, controversial, but I would really like to ask because that is a little bit spicier. Like, is TEDx seats limited? The student gets anything returned because it is really costly?
Please come in.
Like there are two parts. First of all, is TEDx seats limited?
Okay.
Like this is a very general question, like a fresher want to ask. And the second half is very interesting. Like, it is really costly. Why should a person attend TEDx? What are the benefits?
Exactly, Ahram. I would just take the first part of your question that you just asked, is seats इसके limited हैं कि नहीं? तो obviously the license that Mehran University holds is up to the 100 participants. और जो एक TED अपना ऑफिशियली इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज होता है कनाडा US में, उधर होती है चीज़ कि उधर हम करते हैं मोर देन 100 पार्टिसिपेंट्स होते हैं। लेकिन मैंने अगेन जो हमने एड्रेस किया कि हम क्योंकि एक पर्टिकुलर रीजन को एड्रेस करते हैं TEDx में, उसमें जो हमारे पास अभी इस वक्त लाइसेंस है वो 100 पार्टिसिपेंट का। सेकेंडली, कैन यू जस्ट आस्क द क्वेश्चन अगेन? What was the second part of the question?
I'm asking you the question, but before that, guys, there is only 100 seats. So you can just imagine, like in university, there is like 5,000 plus students. So book your seat ASAP because the memberships are live. Sorry, the registration form is live. So you should definitely register because there's only 100 seats. After that, it would be fulfilled and then you can't do anything. So do not waste and go for that because we have also early bird, I think. So till 25th of September. That is also great. The second question that is a little bit spicy, I would like to say again, कि मैं फिर से पूछ रहा हूँ कि ये 4,000 मतलब आपको ये 6,000 इतने ज़्यादा देके what will you get कि TEDx इतना costly है, why should a person attend it?
4,000 और 6,000।
बिल्कुल।
अच्छा, 4,000 6,000 को हम ऐसे सेग्रीगेट करते हैं कि 4,000 जो हैं स्टूडेंट्स, ओके, और 6,000 हम प्रोफेशनल्स को डील कर रहे हैं till the 25th of September. That again I would like to repeat. Okay, after that इनकी क्या है फीस, क्या है अलग जो रिवाइज होनी है। अब इसमें ये कि हम क्यों ले रहे हैं, देखिए अगर मुझे चीज़ अगर सेल करनी है ना, तो मैं ये भी सेल कर सकता हूँ कि ठीक है वी आर हैविंग लॉट्स ऑफ बेनिफिट्स इन टर्म्स ऑफ कि हम आपको अगर रिफ्रेशमेंट दे रहे हैं, जो भी दे रहे हैं। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हैव द गुडी बैग।
Okay, the goodie bag.
There you will be provided with the merchandise TEDxMUET bag.
It's great.
With you will be having other also perks like diary,
Yeah, they
water
were
bottle.
other types.
These are the extra. ये एक प्राइमरी चीज़ नहीं है। प्राइमरी चीज़ क्या है? टेक अवे जो आप इवेंट से लेके जा रहे हैं,
The feel.
द फील, द एनवायरनमेंट दैट यू आर गोना लिव, और फॉरमोस्ट चीज़ जिन पर्सनैलिटीज़ को आप जाके एड्रेस कर रहे हैं,
बिल्कुल,
जिनको हर कोई एड्रेस नहीं कर सकता, वो हम आपके आगे लेके आ रहे हैं। ऑब्वियसली इसके अलावा इवेंट की स्पॉन्सरशिप्स होंगी, ठीक है, बट व्हाट आई कैन गारंटीज यू दैट जो आप पे कर रहे हैं हम उससे ज़्यादा पे बैक आपको करेंगे,
yeah, because
एंड दैट विल बी सीन फोरसीन इंशाल्लाह।
बिल्कुल इंशाल्लाह। या बिकॉज आई रिमेंबर कि मैंने लास्ट ईयर जब अटेंड किया था तो आई वाज लाइक मैं तो हैरान हो गया था हक्का बक्का बिकॉज लाइक आई रिमेंबर they entertain us really well. The goodie bag that they provided us, I think it's the second edition one. I was like, Wow, they have given us a really nice thing. Last year I think so ये सब चीजें they was like available. I'm just showing it to you guys. The diary, the pen, and it's so amazing. ये अभी तक मेरे पास चल रही है. And the water bottle और bag तो मैं रोज ही use करता हूँ. Our quality is really good. Like for 1 year, this bag is last.
Exactly, I just mentioned that we want the participant to live the moment of TEDx every other day with our diary or bag, whatever it is.
Because I remember मैंने जब ले लिया था TEDx, I was like मुझे इस बारे में इतना नहीं पता था. मुझे बस पता था TED Talks और वो बकायदा आप लोगों ने हमें लंच के साथ प्रोवाइड किया था. तो I was happy. And in the end जब इन्होंने हमें इतना जबरदस्त था like these goodie bags, these ये चीजें गई तो I was like कि इन्होंने तो मुझे मेरा तकरीबन 80% to 90% वापस ही पे बैक कर दिया. And like मतलब सिर्फ 10 to 20% में that high level international certification I got that. So मैं उस वक्त like मैंने कहा this event is the best because जो आपको return आहत जैसा आप बता रहे हैं जो मिल रहा है that is really amazing. So that was Ahad. Ahad आप बताएं आप मतलब enjoy कर रहे हैं हमारे साथ.
Alhamdulillah, I'm just enjoying literally just the way you are addressing me and the welcoming and submissive amenable behavior of yours is just I'm loving it.
And I also want to say to the viewers like stay tuned with us. I also want to say to you is like comment करें जो भी बात है आप लोगों को हमारे सोशल मीडिया पेज पे जो भी सवाल आते हैं हमारी टीम आपसे राब्ता करेगी. We will reply to you because TEDx is happening on the 9th of October. Moving ahead, आहद आपसे एक ही हमारा एक और सवाल है जो कि ये है कि how can someone be a part of TEDx like in the organizing sector अगर कोई चाहे.
Well, I think this was one of the much needed question.
Yes, it is.
Up till now. आराम होता क्या है कि जब भी एक इवेंट स्टार्ट हो रहा है वो 3 चीजों में डिवाइड हो रहा है.
ठीक है.
प्री इवेंट, इवेंट, डे, पोस्ट इवेंट. ठीक है. इन 3 चीजों में और प्री इवेंट प्रोसीजर्स का हिस्सा ये होता है आप क्या करते हो हमेशा जब टीम ऑन बोर्ड लेते हो तो TEDx की एक्सरसाइज रही है ड्रिल रही है कि हम ऑलवेज कहते हैं उसको अनाउंस करते हैं और एक काफ़ी ट्रांसपेरेंसी वाला कहते हैं होता है कि एक पाइपलाइन के थ्रू बच्चे जो होते हैं स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं इंटरव्यू किए जाते हैं. फिर उनको जब इंटरव्यू किए जाते हैं तो उसके बाद बाकायदा उनको टास्क मिलते हैं और एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे तरीके से लाके पाइपलाइन के थ्रू गुजार के टीम में ऑनबोर्ड लिया जाता है. ये नहीं कि अगर कोई भी अप्लाई कर रहा है तो वो कहते टीम में ऑनबोर्ड आता है. एक रिजर्व एनवायरनमेंट में एंड द बेस्ट इन द बिजनेस.
Best. That is good because that is why TEDx is always so brilliant because you have like the best, the most finest ones. And अगर आप लोग चाहें TEDx का टीम का पार्ट बनने का then definitely you should participate this year because if you participate then you definitely have a edge on because आपने already एक experience किया हुआ है so that really helps you like next year आप organizing में ज़रूर apply कर सकते हैं.
Insights लेंगे तो next year इंशाल्लाह on board.
But Ahad is special because last year he was a curator being a first year. That's I say.
I'm just very much privileged over my
Bilkul.
teachers.
One more thing, like, does joining TEDx give a boost on your extracurricular? That is like one question, like किसी के दिमाग में आए किसी fresher या student के
The boost on extracurricular or extra co-curricular whatever activities. I just mentioned it depends upon the person.
depends upon the person.
प्राइमरी चीज़ हमेशा आपके एकेडमिक्स रहनी है. ठीक है ये सबको पता है प्राइमरी चीज़ आपकी क्या एकेडमिक्स. जब आप इसको इनकॉर्पोरेट कर रहे हो अपने अंदर ठीक है ये इवेंट्स जब आप कहते हैं अरेंज कर रहे हैं इनको ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं एंड ऑफ द डे जब आप इसे टेक अवे लेके जा रहे हैं ना आप अपना स्टैंडर्ड जो इस इवेंट के साथ मेंटेन कर रहे हैं दैट इज़ फॉर ऑब्वियसली आपको बेनिफिट करेगी. आगे आप जाके प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में जब भी जाएंगे फिर आपको अच्छा अभी नहीं पता चलेंगे ये फॉर अभी आपको डिफरेंसेस पता नहीं चलेंगे आपकी पर्सनैलिटी में क्या चेंजेस आ रहे हैं लेकिन द डे यू आर ग्रेजुएटेड फ्रॉम दिस इंस्टीट्यूट उस दिन आपको पता चलेगा आपने क्या चीज़ अपनी पर्सनैलिटी में इनकॉर्पोरेट की.
One thing like मैंने जब लास्ट ईयर TEDx अटेंड किया था तो what I get कि मुझे एक इंस्पिरेशन मिली that you should try harder and try harder चाहे कुछ भी हो. So I remember I joined MUET this year and being Russia I won the best delegate. It's like a little bit negative character yet. So everything gives you a little bit like it develops your personality in some way like Ahad just said. So Ahad, we are almost coming to the end of our today's podcast. And I'm really happy that you were here and you accepted my invitation. The second last question that I would like to ask you is that what is the one thing that you learned from your last year of TEDx that you have experienced?
First of all, Ahram, there isn't just one thing, but there are a number of things. One thing might outstand from others.
Okay.
as I just curated my speaker, Mr. Dilip Twani.
Okay.
After his talk, there was one line that is just still in my mind, and I think I will take along that throughout the journey.
Resonates.
Never be in search of sympathy, rather aspire for the belief of society towards you.
Quite.
If you don't get one, better create one.
Wow, that was really
These were the words.
intriguing, and I really enjoyed that. I would really like to assimilate that in my persona as well. So, any advice that you want to give to the listeners, like any advice like you want to give regarding TEDx?
And the advice that I would like to give, that people mostly ask that do these kind of things make difference? I would just say that these only make difference when you are willing to make a difference. Okay, आप इस टाइप की एक्टिविटीज़ में इन्वॉल्वमेंट दें. TEDxMUET 3rd edition is the event that we have pledged to come up with the best towards you, in terms of speakers, in terms of refreshments, in terms of whatever the exclusive that we can provide you. And I can assure you, post event, you guys will contact us that the event was worth it. That's it.
Very nice advice by Ahad. So guys, that is the end of the video. We have completed all the queries that we had, and thanks a lot Ahad for joining us again, and I hope so listeners that you enjoyed. Ahad, that you had a great time.
It wasn't just a great time, it was exceptional, and thank you so much for having me
I
here.
really enjoyed, because the thing is that I also learned quite things by Ahad, that what he shared, it also helped me, and I think so it also helped you guys. So yeah, this was me, your host Ahram Mehran, joined by Mr. Abdul Ahad as our worthy guest, and you are listening to the podcast episode on TEDx, which is powered by MUET FM 92.6, Voice of My Mehran. And I will see you in the next one. And one more thing, the registrations are live, so you definitely have to register. Only 100 seats are there, and I think so it will be finished before the early bird, so you should definitely go for that. 4,000 for a student, and for a professional it is 6,000. So I would like to see you in the TEDx 3rd edition. Hope to see you there. This is me, Ahram Mehran, taking Allah Hafiz. Bye.